Hello students, this is continuation of chapter number 14, Substances in Common Use for Standard 9th. You're watching part 3 of the video. Children, we will continue with the study of salts. So let us begin this video with the help of an activity. Take a sample of water from well or bore well. You know that water from well or bore well is hard and brackish. To this water from the well or bore well, add some soap or detergent powder. Shake the solution. We find that soap does not form lather in hard water. In another conical flask or beaker, take another sample of water from the well or bore well. Add sodium carbonate to this conical flask and stir the solution. Then add some detergent powder or soap in this solution and see the change. You will find that in this case soap forms lather. So what has happened here? The hard water from the well or bore well has become soft by addition of sodium carbonate to it. And how do I know that the water has become soft? It is because soap forms lather in this solution. Now children, why is the water from well or bore well hard? It is because this water contains chlorides and sulfates of calcium and magnesium. When washing soda is added to such hard water, then the chlorides and sulfates of calcium and magnesium are converted into insoluble carbonate salts, and these salts can be very easily separated out by the process of filtration. And so in this process the hard water becomes soft water. Let's take an example. If the hard water contains magnesium chloride, and when sodium carbonate is added to such hard water, then magnesium carbonate is precipitated out along with formation of sodium chloride. Now these salts can be very easily separated out from the water by filtering the water, thereby making the water soft and clear. So in order to make the hard water soft, it is washing soda which is added to water. The chemical name of washing soda is sodium carbonate. Its formula is Na2CO3.H2O. Sodium carbonate is a white odorless powder at room temperature. When red litmus paper is added in the solution of sodium carbonate, we find that the red litmus paper turns blue, which indicates that sodium carbonate or washing soda is a basic salt. Washing soda is hygroscopic in nature. That is, it readily attracts water from the surroundings. So, when sodium carbonate is exposed to atmosphere, it absorbs the moisture from the atmosphere. If we consider the crystalline form of sodium carbonate, the formula of crystalline sodium carbonate is Na2CO3.10H2O. So there are 10 water molecules attached with one molecule of sodium carbonate, and these water molecules are called as water of crystallization. When crystalline sodium carbonate is exposed to air, then in that case sodium carbonate loses its water of crystallization and forms anhydrous washing soda or anhydrous sodium carbonate. So since 9 water molecules are lost on exposure to atmosphere, the anhydrous sodium carbonate will have the formula Na2CO3.H2O. And this phenomenon of loss of water from a molecule when exposure to the atmosphere is called as efflorescence. Let us see some uses of sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate is mainly used for washing purpose. It is used in the manufacture of glass. It is also used in paper industry. Sodium carbonate is used in refining of petroleum. Write the reaction of sodium carbonate with sulfuric acid. So what is the formula of sodium carbonate? When we write down the formula of sodium carbonate, we simply write it as Na2CO3. We do not show the water of crystallization attached with the molecule of sodium carbonate. So sodium carbonate, that is Na2CO3, reacts with sulfuric acid, that is H2SO4. Then in that case Na2SO4, that is sodium sulfate, is formed along with production of water molecule and release of CO2, that is carbon dioxide gas. These are colorful salts and therefore they look attractive. So let us see what will happen if these colorful salts are heated. Then this blue colored salt is called as copper sulfate. Copper sulfate is known by a common name which is called as blue vitriol. It has a formula CuSO4.5H2O. Now what will happen when copper sulfate is heated? So let's look at the experiment. When copper sulfate is heated, the blue colored copper sulfate turn into grayish white color. There are some water molecules which get collected in the colder parts of the test tube. When some droplets of water are once again added to the grayish white colored copper sulfate, you will find that the blue color of the copper sulfate is regained once again. So these 5 water molecules which are present along with copper sulfate is called as the water of crystallization. So what happened when copper sulfate was heated? Copper sulfate lost its water of crystallization. So CuSO4 plus 5H2O was formed. So where have these water molecules gone? These water molecules got collected on the colder parts of the test tube, right? And therefore the color of the copper sulfate was lost and this grayish white colored copper sulfate was formed. So this copper sulfate which loses its water of crystallization on heating is called as anhydrous copper sulfate. And what happened when some water droplets were once again added to anhydrous copper sulfate? The copper sulfate once again turns into blue. Copper sulfate is used in blood testing for diagnosing a disease called as anemia. Copper sulfate is also used as a fungicide, that is, this spray is used as a mixture of copper sulfate and slaked lime, and this mixture is called as a Bodiax mixture. So Bodiax mixture, which is a mixture of slaked lime and copper sulfate, is used as a fungicide which is sprayed on the fruits in order to protect the fruits from the fungus. The next salt is ferrous sulfate. Okay, see the color of ferrous sulfate. It is light green in color. Here you can see the changes that are happening quickly, but before heating, see it's light green in color. But when ferrous sulfate is heated, it gets converted into a reddish powder. So the common name of ferrous sulfate is green vitriol because you will find that the color is light green. So the common name of ferrous sulfate is green vitriol. What is the formula of ferrous sulfate? FeSO4.7H2O. So there are 7 water molecules which are attached with the molecule of ferrous sulfate, and as I've already told you, these water molecules which are attached with a particular salt is called as a water of crystallization. So What happens when ferrous sulfate is heated? When ferrous sulfate is heated, it loses its water of crystallization. And what is the color of the powder now that is formed? That is reddish powder. And since the water is lost during the heating process, the ferrous sulfate that is formed is anhydrous ferrous sulfate. The next salt is alum. Alum or fitkari in Hindi is a transparent salt like substance. It is used in cooking as well as for medicinal purposes. Whenever we hear about alum, it is with reference to potash alum. Potash alum has formula K2SO4 dot Al2SO4 thrice dot 24H2O. So here this is potassium aluminium sulfate with 24 water molecules attached to it. Alum is used in purification of drinking water. It is also used to stop bleeding from minor cuts. So please remember the formula of alum K2SO4 dot Al2SO4 thrice dot 24H2O. Borax. Borax is a natural mineral with a chemical formula Na2B4O7 dot 10H2O. So these are the water molecules which are associated with one molecule of borax, and this water is called as water of crystallization. Borax is one of the most important boron compound. Borax is used as an insecticide, fungicide, herbicide. It is also used as a laundry booster. It is also used as a softening agent and a fire retardant. Epsom salt. Epsom salt is also known as magnesium sulfate. It has formula MgSO4.7H2O. It gets its name from the town of Epsom in Surrey, England. Epsom salt has an appearance which is similar to that of table salt, and it is often dissolved in baths. For hundreds of years, the salt is used in the treatment of constipation, insomnia, dry skin, sore muscles, and small wounds. Barium chloride. Barium chloride is a white solid. It is soluble in water, but it is also hygroscopic, that is, it can attract moisture from the atmosphere. Its formula is BaCl2.2H2O. Barium chloride is used in the refining of oil. It is used in the manufacture of rubber. It is also used in paper making industry. It is also used to purify brine. Sodium sulfate. Sodium sulfate is also known as Glauber's salt or mirabilis, that is miraculous salt. It has a formula Na2SO4.10H2O. It is used in the manufacture of detergents. It is also used as a laxative for removing certain drugs from our body. So what is meant by water of crystallization? The definite number of water molecules present in the crystal structure of a salt is called water of crystallization. For example, if we say copper sulfate, the crystalline form of copper sulfate has formula CuSO4.5H2O. So these definite number of water molecules which are attached with the crystal structure of copper sulfate here is called as a water of crystallization. If I say ferrous sulfate, there are 7 water molecules which are attached with the crystalline structure of ferrous sulfate. So this water, these 7 water molecules, 7H2O, forms the water of crystallization in case of ferrous sulfate. So the definition of water of crystallization is the definite number of water molecules present in the crystal structure of a salt is called as water of crystallization. The crystalline nature of the salt and the color of the salts is due to the water of crystallization. And we have seen what happens when these colored salts are heated or exposed to the atmosphere. When the colored salts are heated, or when these crystalline salts are heated or exposed to air, then these salts lose their water of crystallization, and the crystalline shape of that part of the salt is lost and the salt becomes anhydrous. Some of the examples of salts with water of crystallization are copper sulfate with formula CuSO4.5H2O, ferrous sulfate with formula FeSO4.7H2O, barium chloride with formula BaCl2.2H2O, sodium sulfate, which is also called as Glauber's salt, with formula Na2SO4.10H2O. What are detergents? Detergents are substances which, when dissolved in water, removes the dirt from the surfaces. These are called as cleansing agents, and these detergents are much more better for cleansing purposes, as hardness of water does not affect these detergents. So detergents are water soluble cleansing agents which combine with the impurities and dirt to make them more water soluble. They are usually more soluble in hard water, hence they act as surface active agents. Which chemicals and apparatus will you use in the laboratory preparation for making soap? Chemicals needed for making soap are vegetable oil, an alkali solution which could be sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide, common salt. Apparatus needed for making soap are beakers, pipette, glass rod, Bunsen burner, measuring cylinder, funnel, thermometer, filter paper, tripod stand, and wire gauze. What is soap? Soap is sodium or potassium salt of fatty acids. When oil or animal fat is boiled along with the aqueous solution of sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide, then sodium or potassium salts of carboxylic acids are formed, and these salts are called as soap. The process of making soap is called as saponification. Whenever soap is mixed with hard water, then salts of calcium and magnesium are precipitated out. These are insoluble. So we find that soap does not form lather in hard water. What is the difference between bathing soap and washing soap? Bathing soap has to be used on the skin, and if the bathing soap is very harsh, then it could damage the skin. So for bathing soap, high quality fats and oils are used as raw materials. Washing soap, that is detergent, or maybe the bars that we use for washing the clothes, contain low grade fats and oils as raw materials. There is either no caustic soda or less caustic soda in the bathing soap to avoid skin irritation. Caustic soda is sodium hydroxide, whereas washing soap has more caustic soda, which helps to remove the dirt, and it is at a higher pH. It does not form lather with hard water. So bathing soap, you know that no lather is formed in hard water, but washing soap can very easily form lather with hard water. Soap forms a precipitate in hard water. Give reason. When soap is mixed with hard water, then these salts are formed. Calcium and magnesium salts of fatty acids are formed. And these calcium and magnesium salts of fatty acids, being insoluble in water, form a precipitate. So it is because of the formation of calcium and magnesium salts of fatty acids, Soap does not form lather in hard water.